to be or not to be.
Live! Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Actors Dungeon. It is wonderful to have you here. As you all know, this is a special night for us. We have the incomparable, the one and only, the phenomenal Deb Monroe here with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yay!
Thank you for joining us. So Deb, aside from being the performance judge tonight, will also be guest starring as a random NPC. I hope you enjoy the show. And then we have as our gameplay judge, our favorite, our wonderful, our beloved Christina. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate your gaming knowledge, and you are also a very accomplished performer yourself. So if you have a few performance notes here and there, please feel free to let the good people know. All right, so we are about to begin with the recap, and so to my lovely performers, please go into our Discord channel. We have the preamble there. We have the preamble there ready for you. So tonight's order will be Charlie will be reading number 1, Ryan, spot number 2, Alexander, spot number 3, Kurt, spot number 4, and Kayla with spot number 5. And I'm about to send you all your secret prompts. And I'll give you a moment to go.
Text me mine. I can't do Discord with
I
this
will
internet.
text you yours.
My brain is dead today, and I already forgot I'm too.
Oh, this
You are
yeah,
too.
It is
Yes.
gonna be good. Ryan
We're
lost.
professionals, ladies and gentlemen. I swear.
Professionals only work on 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
This entire game is lost count at 2. This is gonna be great.
What do you? Wait,
Well, it's
you
a good thing Mac only rolls 3. It can only go up from here.
So true. Last game was so weird.
I think I got 5 3s.
It was definitely your number.
You guys actually get sleep? Listen.
No.
All right.
Still not sure what that is.
Oh, there's
So-
my prompt. Hey, wait, what?
Yeah. Everybody should have their
Wait,
prompt.
What is that?
Use your imagination, Kurt. Use
Can I-
your imagination.
I'm just
What?
I'm just at one.
Let's see.
What?
Google.
With an extra H. What?
All right, and to our friends in chat. Ooh, that chat is blowing up. All right, thank you everybody. So we are about to begin. So everybody in chat, since this is kind of a big deal for us to have a chat to speak to, please throw your roses or your tomatoes. That's our special in-game currency, and if you throw an actor a rose, they can use it for something like an automatic crit, or it gets, if they save them and use 3 roses together, they can do something a little more fantastic, like, for example, blowing up the ship with a powder keg. I'm looking at you, Vlas the Ass.
Speaking
So,
of which, Bree Bear is making it rain with those roses there, Mike.
No. You can't thank you, Bree Bear, but you do have to. The roses have to be awarded for specific character stuff. So please, I'm glad you love my hat. Thank you. So please save your roses for the performance. And judges, it will be up to you. We are going to begin with little game. It's a variation of the classic Whose Line Is It Anyway game called Party Quirks. Well, we read the preamble to fill in a little bit of what everybody's missed. They are going to have secret prompts. Judges, it is your job to guess what that secret prompt may have been, and everybody in the chat, please feel free to put in your guesses as you go. And this, if you guess correctly, judges or chat, they get to start the game with 1 rose. If they do it poorly, they get a tomato. Now, a tomato helps me by making it more difficult for them. And so, without further ado, we begin with Charlie.
There's not going to be enough of this. All right, the adventures on Lido's Island. Okay, can you guys keep it down? The adventures on Lido's Island continue as our brave. Okay, would you stop with the horn? Okay, with brave heroes venturing into the old forest to deal with the threats of the werewolves. All of this is, I swear, I will turn this thing around. I can pull over. It's fine. All of you, shut up. I'm partially blown up shit back into their hands. In the few days that they've been stuck there, they've learned quite a bit about the village's history with the druids. During the settling of the land, there was a war with the druid tribe there, but these were not typical folk. And I swear, if you come near me with that whoopee cushion, I will make you eat it.
Hungry.
Clan that was death itself, and were said to have cursed the forest. The townsfolk firmly believe that the forest sent the werewolves as for over-consuming the resources, station, and so on. And I have one more Tim Curry impression, and I eject you from the car.
Well, children, sounds like he's having a really bumpy ride. As they interrogated and eavesdropped their way through the island's history, they learned how the catfolk mayor, Rune, Lido's Island was a stronghold for the Republic of Ironhold. Rune himself told the tale of how he had to take the island by force. I might have to stop this book. But what they learned later from the islanders was his appetite for torture and humiliation of forces they conquered. Children, please close your ears. Judy, one of the Ironhold troops in hiding, has bartered with the party to help them through the forest if they take her with them on board their ship. Ooh, that's steamy.
They partied, uncovered. Or rather, they party uncovered some of the werewolves in broad daylight. After a scuffle, thanks to Mac's helping hand, they were able to capture one of the ravenous lycanthropes and coax her back to humanity. Not wearing a mask, you are. Through this, they learned that the werewolves have no recollection of being bitten or when they transform. Any one of the villagers could be a werewolf and not know it.
Cautious of this, Lxndr went to warn the villagers of the findings while Max scampered off to join his companions in the woods. He was determined to defeat the woos. Unfortunately, Lxndr had been bitten by one of the cursed creatures during their skirmish. Although his spirit had fought off the curse of the bite, I don't know how to swim. His body still showed the telltale bites and mark, and Rune the mayor ordered him to the crew of their ship and to be taken into custody.
Powerful.
All right, guys, who's ready for this big finale? Let me see your poggers in chat for this big finale, all right? Oh, but first of all, let's talk about that first guy who was talking. He kind of sounded big mad. Let me see your baby rages in chat if you thought that guy was big mad. But anyway, let's hear about what's coming next. Our party traveled through the old forest and discovered some dark magic caused by some evil purple lantern. That is so sus, guys. Throw some sus in chat if you think that's super sus. I wonder what's gonna happen with that purple lantern, guys. Sus. But Judy warned that the forest seemed to have a will of its own, and these magical effects would be everywhere. Guys, isn't that so crazy? You know what else was kind of crazy? That second guy was talking. He started like whispering at the end, talking about children. That was also pretty sus. Guys, leave some sus in chat if you thought that guy was super sus. I thought he was pretty sus, man. Anyways, it wasn't long before they lost their way, even beyond Phelan's abilities. Guys, let's hear some poggers in chat for Phelan. I love Phelan. I think she's the coolest character. I'm not biased at all. Anyway, let's keep moving on, crew. Discovering the corpses of the last adventurers to try and take the forest, Eridan uncovered the last message. Do you guys think that last message was a song like that last guy was singing? Guys, let's leave some reviews of that guy singing in the chat. What do y'all think about that? I don't know about that. But anyway, this message in that book, it said, "It's the items that don't belong." Craziness.
I love my job.
I win.
All right. So, Deb, Christina, start guessing. We got some things in chat coming up. Brybear, you are close. See if you can guess something about Kurt's learning to swim. And Charlie wasn't a mom, but you're right about being in the car. But Deb, any guesses on Charlie?
No, I suck because I'm lost. I didn't know what I was listening for. I didn't know if I was great. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I sucked ass there. I just was like, am I great in here? I just didn't know. At first, I thought it was just going to be a little line. Someone was doing something. I was guessing, but then it became a whole story. Sorry.
That's all good. It's all good.
We'll get you for the next one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Christina, how about you? Any guesses?
So, yeah, I was going the route of like soccer mom, and then you said not a mom. So I'm gonna guess like the stay-at-home soccer dad.
With his audio cutting out, I think that's close enough. He's driving an Uber car full of clowns.
Clowns. Oh my god. I got the same thing. A family guy doing. Yeah, totally.
Soccer mom, same thing.
So,
I don't understand.
Charlie, you get your rose. How about Ryan?
I am clearly a disgrace. I have failed. How could I have messed up so?
So, thoughts on Ryan's character? I was thinking you were like the steamy, spicy romance reader, hoarder of the romance novel books, and you're doing like story time, and it just ends up being a little too spicy, and everything is a little bit of a joke.
Yep.
Yay!
That's it.
You did it!
Ryan, you get your rose.
I see you've read those books before.
Alexander's was a tricky one. Was even harder because you couldn't quite see him.
Yeah, it was.
Guesses for Alexander.
A little bit more of Alexander's, because I feel like your bit was really short.
Yeah, it was, but also it was probably poorly done.
Would help me. Now I know what I'm doing.
Just give them a little
like
hint.
2 sentences or something, like a hint.
Okay, yeah. It's a Chris. Is his name Chris Nolan?
Uh-huh.
That's the vibe. Let me read it. They party uncovered some of the werewolves in broad daylight. After a scuffle, and thanks to Mac's helping hand, take off a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. You're wearing a mask. They were able to capture one of the ravenous lycanthropes and coax her back to humanity. Through this, they learned that the werewolves have no recollection of being bitten or when they were transformed. Any one of the villagers could be a werewolf and not know it.
Is this supposed to like Batman?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's close enough. Yeah, it's
Yay.
Batman getting caught while he's changing.
He doesn't know how to stop being Batman.
Yeah. You know what?
Really well done.
You're wearing a mask.
It's halfway there. So, all right, you get your rose. Kurt, I have to admit, was my favorite prompt. I came up with that at lunch today.
Broadway musical?
Not quite.
No. I had to.
He had.
Must have seen the movie recently.
Were you Ariel from The Little Mermaid, but you didn't get the part?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yep.
Kurt, care to share what your actual prompt was?
The worst mermaid.
Yeah.
That was
All right, and I think Kayla, that was very well done, I gotta say. I think everybody knows Kayla's.
For the poggers in the chat if you got it.
Guys, throw the poggers in the chat for me for doing such a good job. Let's see those
All
poggers
right.
in the chat.
So everybody gets a rose, and with that, we begin our campaign.
All right.
So,
My power grows further.
as you remember from the recap, you were all sitting in the woods. Phelan was leading them along, her bow ready in hand, her sharp eyes gleaning, attempting to glean the pathway, but alas, there seemed to be nothing. Just tree after tree, and then soon you found yourself, after what seemed like hours of scouting, right in the place where you had started, with the corpses of Guy Sexington and the big-ass gnome.
Didn't we just see these guys?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
took their bag.
At the
It
very
looks-
least,
Hmm?
look at the bright side of moving in a circle. We've been wandering for hours. We came back to some place where we already were, but we now know where everyone went to the bathroom. Excuse me, I need to relieve myself.
The forest is tricky. Judy pipes up, finally fixing the strings on her crossbow. There's some trick to it. This, unfortunately, is as far as I was able to get, but she looks around. The way forward is going to be the most seemingly difficult path. But these woods are not very deep. They're going to continue to bring us around our target. I just hope you're ready for whatever lies in the midst. Judy shudders under her cloak.
Arcana check. Alright, better than a 3.
Mac, you scan the area around, holding out niches, hoping to find some sort of answer, but, there's just a bunch of pretty moths flittering about.
What? I try to catch one.
And don't try to. They're probably just here for the corpses.
They probably
It's fine.
came out of the bag that we emptied, because there are some moths in there, remember? The magic moths that could survive without oxygen for what seems like weeks in a bag of holding.
Ooh, I'm just. Let's err on the side of caution. Don't put one in your mouth. And let's let Judy lead the way.
I mean, think better of me. I just wanted to catch it. I didn't want to eat it.
Okay, true, but like let's look at the track history here. I mean, you tend to put a lot of things in your mouth.
Mostly just rats.
You would put anything in your mouth.
Only if you asked.
Okay.
He said, proving
Judy,
my point.
do you know how to get us through this? Do you know? You said you knew how to navigate the forest.
I do, yes, but this is as far as I was able to get last time I was traversing this route before I was chased out, but I need your eyes, Phelan. The best I can do is help you through. The path is going to be, well, the most resisting to our footsteps. So look at, I would suggest, and Judy narrows her eyes forward and points a little off to the left. I think through this marshy area where the trees get thick. Chances are there's more than meets the eye here. And
sounds like
Phelan,
fun.
you sharpen your eyes and give me a perception check. So, Phelan, yeah, you see there is something a little strange about that. It doesn't follow the regular forest logic. Trees grow because seeds scatter or are, planted by various wildlife. It seems like an unusual clump. Unproperly thick with vines and thistles. Something off about it.
I guess, yeah, the trees over there are just odd. See how they're all clumped together? That's not normally how a forest grows and develops. All the trees need room to spread out and grow. They're not normally so close together if they're growing naturally. So something's up over there, and I think if we're just going to end up going in circles, if we keep going the way we have been, then I guess that's as good of a lead as we can start with for now.
Yeah, if you don't know where you're going, one way's as good as another.
Very true.
I agree.
All right, let's head on over.
All right. So, Phelan, you lead the way. You all slog your way through a marsh as you sink into the muck and filth beneath, releasing this awful, awful odor. You swear the sky above you seems to be darkening.
I'll pick up Mac.
Whee!
I got Lxndr. Come here.
Lxndr's actually not there. Lxndr is currently in chains.
Get your canon right.
That's right.
He's not a Schrodinger's NPC like Judy. Judy's just faded away into the mist for now. Lxndr's
no,
just
I'm
not
still
here.
Judy takes up the back, carrying her heavy crossbow. And as she talks and coaxes you through it, like, okay, in order to get through the bog, you've got to step quickly. Don't let your heels sink in. Walk with your toes. And you all find it a little bit easier to make your way through the bog, but eventually it does get as high as your chest.
I'm still dry.
Must be nice.
Yeah, lucky you.
I'd be dead if I was walking.
Didn't you just get wings?
I mean, I can hover a tiny little bit. It's like a little jump boost. I can't actually fly yet.
It's like he glued buffalo wings to his back, pretty much.
You can't even prove that's not what I did.
Mac, if you genuinely glued buffalo wings to the back and to your back, and I'm carrying you for no reason, I'm going to dunk you.
I mean, were you carrying me hoping I'd be able to fly a little bit? Because that's still not working.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Kind of a letdown.
Nah, don't worry, I'm not that disappointing. Just the regular amount.
Actually, I would be genuinely impressed if you managed to glue buffalo wings to your back, because I'm absolutely flabbergasted at how you'd manage it.
I mean, if I did it, I would probably, put the glue on the wings and, space them out a little bit, and then, just fall back onto them.
I'm surprised you wouldn't just eat them.
I mean, that's probably what happened to him, and that's why I didn't do it. Why I have just real wings.
Oh, makes a lot of sense.
You don't know what I did off screen.
You all begin to surface as the bog gets shallower. Phelan, there is an eerie chill in this area.
All right,
and
I'm going to sit you down for a minute.
Definitely not from the
my
wind.
feet.
What?
Oh, thank God.
Feel this leeches and pieces. I didn't actually know that was. That's a bullfrog.
I wanna start just doing tiny little flurries of frost to make the top solidified into a solid block of ice and just kind of walk along that like a little pathway I'm making.
All right. So as soon as you all exit the bog, Mac decides to make small little pathways out of ice.
Yeah, just so I don't sink to my head in this really deep bog.
Point it over there.
I mean, I'm pointing at my feet.
You could have done that the entire time.
I mean, you didn't ask. I also literally just thought of it, so, I mean...
Wait a minute, so
it's
you
not
mean...
like I was withholding this. I just came up with it.
No,
Wait,
it's
so-
fine. It's fine.
I was
Let's go.
sinking in the bottom of that. I got mud in my boots. You know what that feels like?
Yeah, I have mud on my toes right now.
Hey,
I mean, you guys can climb on. I'm not stopping you. You can get on right
Look, Blas-
behind me.
Blas, I'm not gonna lie, that headache doesn't go away. We just power through.
Well, headache's my nickname.
Who called you that? Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's...
yeah.
As you muddle your way through, Phelan, you get to the trees, and staring at them is giving you a little bit of a headache. There's something off about it.
Everyone gets a headache.
Phelan,
What's wrong?
you look at it and you realize, yeah, these trees, they look real, but there's no smell. There's no effect on how they're growing up from the leaves. It seems like they're just on top of the leaves. And as soon as you step a little bit closer to reach out and touch them, they vanish, revealing a path through the darkness.
All right.
Those trees.
It's an illusion, and a very powerful one.
I mean, when you
says.
get down to it, ghosts are probably just illusions.
Illusions
And as
can't
soon
kill
as you say that, a fell cackle comes through the woods. And Deb, please feel free to give us a little bit of a wicked, sinister cackle. As this sound echoes around, and Phelan, up in the distance, you see this very sinister-looking tree. Oops, there we go.
Matt, you remember that talk that we had about saying certain things, like,
What did I do
I
this
bet you won't
time?
do that again. No, just hear me out. Things like, I bet you can't do that, or what could possibly make this day worse, that sort
I'm
of thing.
built different.
And
Like
That
that?
was just...
we're going to take a moment and cut back on Lido's island. Skip and Lxndr the gnome. You two have been bound and shackled and thrown into the cargo hold of your own ship, along with many of your other sailors, as Rune and the town guards who commandeered your ship in the first place simply dust off their hands. There is a fell and dark look in Rune's eye as he speaks to the townsfolk, until we can get to the bottom of who's a werewolf and who isn't. Everybody. I don't care how many people we have to lock up. We can't risk this contagion getting out. Do you understand? Stay with them. Watch them.
Rune, you seem like a pretty good candidate for lycanthrope. Can't see lichen. How do you say it? Skip?
Lycanthropy.
Lycanthropy. Thanks, Skip. I appreciate it. I don't know. All this anger just seems very wolf-like to me.
Yes, I agree. I think they're being bamboozled.
And gag them as well. And Rune stomps off the ship, leaving you guys rocking back and forth as a couple guards come and bind bind or gag you. You're already bound to the wall of your ship.
You can't do this. This is my ship. There's nothing.
And Lxndr, as you see this happening, there's that funny feeling in the back of your mind. That voice that talks to you every now and then and seems to call you away, sometimes at the most inconvenient times. But it's there. And suddenly the room around you gets dark. And you feel like you're in the midst of a hurricane as it blasts you, pulls at your robe, tugs at your hair, throws you around like a rag doll. And then suddenly it all stops as if you were in the eye of a storm. And you hear the wind speak to you. Your friends are in trouble, Lxndr.
I don't know what happened to my gag, but where are they? How can I help?
I can take you to them. But we will require payment.
What kind of payment?
The same as we did once before. And Lxndr, you know that you've never quite been able to place who this voice is or what it is, but it's been with you since you joined the monastery. It's been with you for most of your life, come to think of it. It's the reason you keep fading away into these trances. We require another piece of your soul.
Steep price to pay. So be it. The safety of my friends means more.
So let it be. And with that, Lxndr, the hurricane takes you once again, blasting you. It feels like you're being thrown miles over the sky. You see the clouds moving. Skip, you were just talking to Lxndr, and you look back, and suddenly he's gone. His shackles, his gag, simply sitting on the floor.
How is this possible?
And we cut back to our party in the woods as suddenly the wind picks up, and for a moment you all shield your eyes as the mosses and the leaves and the debris of the forest floor swirls around you, revealing in the midst the small form of Lxndr.
See, look, it's another ghost illusion.
Oh,
Lxndr,
what's up, y'all?
how did you get here?
I don't know.
The best kind of way.
Absolutely.
All right. And so, with that, as happy as you are with the reunion, there is that eerie, prickly neck feeling, the unsettled, that darkness from deep within your soul as another cackle, a low, sinister sound emanates from the forest. And the world around you grows dark. And start giving me those perception checks, everybody.
New friend senses tingling.
And Pelos, is that you?
All right.
There it is.
So, Jesus, Phelan, you're right on the ball, and you notice in front of this gnarled, viney tree, there's this glowing figure, a specter with a sinister sneer and strange antlers growing from her head. She wears, although somewhat translucent now, a black, earth-like robe. You realize it's not too similar from the cloak that you wear. You all follow Phelan's gaze, and one by one, you see this thing just hovering there in front of the trees, surrounded by this purple light that seems to suddenly emanate from an unknown source.
Huh.
Yay, it's the light again! The slow down light! Yay! That's a sarcastic yay.
Ah, I see it. Okay. Ha. Okay. Wow.
Hello?
She's has.
Hi!
Oh God, Mac.
The
Would you
ghost
like a
beckons
rat?
you forward.
Yeah, new friend!
Careful.
Yes, come on, let's go say hi. I mean, we came here to talk to people to figure out how to fix things, because let's face it, those villagers are kind of jerks. I'm starting to take the side of this forest.
Yeah,
They're at
well,
least open with what they want.
but you can't just rush in by yourself.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you to come with me.
Okay, let's all
Yeah,
go
let's go.
together.
Yeah. I mean, come on, we've triggered like 3 traps today. What's one more?
Fair point. Let's just be cautious.
I'm going
That's
because I
my
don't want Mac to
second
be the
middle
voice of
name.
reason.
So. So.
Oh,
Noire,
occultism's a stat. Can I
these-
use occultism?
Yeah.
I
These
don't know.
potential subjects approach your domain. A strange, diminutive, and rather amusing little kobold, this small lizard-like creature with a puppet on his hand, comes up to you, looking inquisitively.
What do you have?
I mean, I offered you a rat like a couple seconds ago. You want?
How dare you speak to me? What is your tongue?
I know Draconic. Is that what you mean?
You are nothing to me. You are useless.
I hear that a lot.
Oh,
And with that, the ghost swats you away, Mac, and you feel yourself suddenly thrown in a gust of wind.
Whee!
And with that, we
Like a
enter
backhand.
our initiative. Everybody roll as the battle begins.
Oh.
All right, first off, dramatic pause. Can everybody see the map this time?
Ooh, it's dark.
In a
I
sense,
saw it. I saw it, and then I didn't know what was happening, so I accidentally X'd out of it because I was like, "What is this thing popping up?" So I cannot see the map anymore.
All right,
Okay, now I can. Thank you.
excellent. Okay. So, we now go to, all right, initiative is in. And so, suddenly, you hear an ominous howling. Curtis, give us your best ahoo. As a werewolf scrambles out of the brambles, this ghost cackles with delight as it approaches.
My precious.
Coming around the bend and attacking Vlas the Ass.
Oh, such pleasure. Oh.
She's having a good time.
oh no.
Wait a minute. And I.
Oh no.
Vlas,
Oh.
you're hit.
Ah.
That was more than the SWAT against me. Oh god.
Just a bit more.
This wolf attacks and then suddenly retreats back. And then the tree behind the ghost seems to awaken, and it begins swinging its vines.
Oh, no, come on.
And then yet another werewolf reveals itself, running in from the side.
They've got a tree like this at Pig's Boil. You guys know the school?
No, I want to know more about it.
The sorcery
Mac?
school?
Mac, you remember that thing that I told you about not burning anything?
Yeah.
Ignore it. Burn it to the ground.
Eridan, just as you give these instructions to Mac, the werewolf lunges at you, attempting to bite you. You manage to bat it off with your shield. And it quickly scurries away, hiding behind a barrel. Mac.
Hi.
It is your turn.
Yeah. So, I mean,
The
I know you
ghost
just said
floats
burn it,
before
but-
you. There are... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I know you just said burn it, but charm! Charm the ghosty.
All right.
They have to do a will save, and it says they get a +4 if you or your allies recently threatened it or used hostile actions, but technically, we didn't do anything yet.
Very well. All right.
Okay, well, I tried.
Noire, this puny little lizard creature has just approached you and attempted to overthrow your mind with its feeble brain.
Now, hold on. They don't know it's charm unless they critically succeed.
That was a nat 20. You can't crit succeed more than that.
I didn't say. Well, I'm just gonna scoot to the back a little bit. I'm just gonna hide back here just a tiny bit, like, boop. Oh, it's not letting me move.
Oh, allow me.
There we go.
So, Mac, you
Yeah,
go
just
hiding?
hiding as far back as I can go.
All right.
Just
Is there anything
scoot-
else you'd like to do on
Okay,
your
I tried.
turn?
Sorry, guys. Hiding. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Phelan, you see the map around, or you see the terrain around you. Right now, there is ample places to take cover behind trees and brambles. There's a barrel and a rock. What would you like to do? As you realize this area, you've entered her domain, and it is set up to her liking.
Is there trees for me to climb up on?
There is indeed. There's a
Wait.
dead tree right nearby. You can get to it in a couple steps.
Alright, I'll do that. I'll climb up that tree right there.
All right. Give me an athletics check, please, as you attempt to climb.
Go, Phelan, get that furry little... Ugh.
I'm working on it. Hold on. Give me half a second to figure out where my buttons. Oh wait, no, I found it. Wait, athletics. Sorry. Oh my god, sorry.
She's
not
like
dramatic.
she's digging around in the bag looking for arrows and stuff.
The true final
I'm
antagonist.
trying to
The
remember
UI.
how to climb a tree.
All right. Phelan, you scamper up the tree and are able to make it a decent 15 feet off the ground, but this tree is old and dead. So you
Oh god.
dare not go too far out on any of the limbs. You still have time to take a shot, but you are in this area of purple light. You, unfortunately, are missing an action.
Okay, I can still take a shot though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a shot at this. I'm sorry. What did you say her name was? Black lady.
You don't know. Her name is just a ghost, or is just Ghost. You haven't been properly introduced yet.
All right, ghost lady. Time for you to become my prey for today.
All right, and with that, Phelan, you identify your prey. And you hit. Noire, There are few things that can damage your form, but arrows tipped with silver, they cause your ghostly form to shiver. Alright, and Phelan, make one more attack at full bonus. Oh. Oh, dear lord. And Noire, as you quiver, an arrow pierces your very heart. But these creatures do not know your true power, and you will have them yet.
Just so he's laughing by the end of this.
Alright, and another of the werewolves reveal itself, running up, splashing through the mud, and accosting Judy. "Oh no," says Judy, as I talk to myself, as it attempts to claw. And, ouch. Ah! Judy yelps as this thing then attacks, and now it's gonna attack again. Coming down with a bite. Judy gasps as... Ooh. And you all see this thing, this werewolf, lunge down and take a big bite out of her collarbone. The bite of the werewolf is not good. Judy staggers back. Will she be cursed? Dun 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 dun.
Lady! I don't know your name.
Judy.
No.
Oh, and Noire, you give a little cackle as you feel Judy's spirit weaken to the curse of the werewolf. And already her soul enters your domain. Judy gasps and steps back. Eridan, you were right there and you saw what happened. This is getting dangerous.
Okay. Could you bring map again? Mine crapped out.
Alright.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Eridan is stuttering again. He's nervous.
Gotta be done in a funny way.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Resume.
Alrighty. Find that. Judy's beside me, and it bit her and then backed off.
No, it didn't back off. Judy backed off.
Is Eridan okay? Has he been acting like this all day?
Yeah.
You read some porn earlier.
You read some what?
You read some porn out loud.
Doesn't matter.
It was in the bag that we found.
What's been going on without me here?
This, pretty much. Just this, like 3 times now.
Too much.
You're bleed out.
Now, Eridan's internet has crashed. He just texted me. So I think he is not actually here at the moment, so Aridin is going to kind of busy himself with this werewolf, and these two will be out of combat for a little bit as we move on to Lxndr. No, sorry, Judy first. Judy gets angry and fires at this next werewolf, hollering. And misses.
It's okay, we've all been there.
Alright, and the wolf yelps. As the silver bolt pierces its hide. Lxndr. Your friends are scattered out. There's a lot going on. There's this ghost taunting you, and this awful, sinister-looking tree writhing around. Not to mention you are all taking a step forward. You can feel this force oppressing you, slowing everything down.
Something's not right. Let me see. What can I see when I look around?
Oh, Lxndr, there's something about this purple light that's slowing everything down and seems to be making it easier for this spectral figure to float around. There's something about this purple light that she needs, or she enjoys. It's beneficial for her, but painful to you. The downside is you cannot see where this purple light is coming from.
Look into the light, Lxndr. It will take care of you. Come, look into the light.
That doesn't sound like a good idea, lady.
Don't be afraid. I have something special for you in mind. Touch the light, Lxndr.
I definitely don't trust that.
You trust me? To have your back, because I'm right behind you? I got
Lxndr, give me an intelligence check, please. As you survey this battlefield, you're listening to this specter, but something doesn't add up. Something's amiss. And you have no idea what it could be.
Jeez,
gang, high five!
Man. Sheesh, I don't know anything. That's all I know.
Light's
Don't worry,
messing you up.
Lxndr, you still have one turn left.
I do know one thing, though. How to play a flute.
And you do. Alright. So,
You get
Lxndr.
one note before it cuts me off.
Alrighty. What song would you like to play? You know that if you were to play, for example, the Allegro, you could counteract the, or one of these allies, you could give them back this taken action, as it would help speed them up. Or you could inspire courage, and that way everybody in, all of your friends in your whole vicinity. Oh, Jamie. Jamie Thompson has given Deb a rose, and since, so that means Deb, your attack gets to be an automatic critical, should you so decide. Deb works for me, Jamie, just so you know. Ha 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 ha! But I agree, that was a rose-worthy performance as well. And so, Lxndr, which song will you play?
We will inspire the people's courage.
All right, so Lxndr, you inspire everybody. So everybody, allies, when you make your roll, please do so. Please make sure in this modifier you add a +1. I will do my best to remind you, but please remember. And we resume. Lxndr, you inspire courage. and the song emanates around. Give us an example of what that song may sound like.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na
All right. Noire. Now, as you float around, you decide to try. You are going to attempt to counteract this foolish gnome's song, and you let out this awful, wicked wailing.
You shall not possess me!
All right. And with that, wow.
Look at that, doing great again. Still holding on strong, guys.
Phelan, you are rocked. You are more afraid than you have ever been. Phelan, this is like being back in the woods when you were a child and you lost your parents and there was that snarl and the wolf and something bad was about to happen. Oh, good Lord, Mac.
Yeah.
You remember too.
I got rocked.
Yeah, you remember being lost in that storm one time, and you didn't quite know what lightning was, and you thought, your cousin's story was right, and it was something coming down to get you. It was the anti-friendship from the sky. Something
it was,
awful.
Though.
Thank you, Jamie. Xander's got himself some roses, unless I'm too late to mention that.
No, thank you. And so yeah, Lxndr, you remember you now have 2 roses, and for Vlas and Lxndr, that was a weird noise for somebody to make. You have heard much worse things.
Man, that's crazy.
What in the kingdom was that?
I don't know. Seems to be hurting our comrades, though.
Of course. No offense, guys.
Lady, your music will never stand against mine.
I would rather listen to Mac play his flute all day than to continue listening to that.
Yeah, you love my playing. Let me get it out again. I gotta calm my nerves.
Alrighty, so with the frightened condition, we'll get to that, I guess, on your turn. But now we come down to, we go to the, at the bottom of the order, Vlas the Ass. You see Phelan in the tree beginning to quiver. You see Mac just kind of in a panicky delirium, babbling like he usually does when things are not going well.
And when things are going well, too. Don't forget that.
And when things are going well. Vlas, what do you do?
I think I'm gonna first. I'm gonna look at something because I have a feeling I know exactly where that light is coming from. Coming from the tree, I think.
Vlas, you look. It's hard. The tree doesn't appear to be emanating light. And as you try to follow the source of the light, it seems like it's impossible to trace. Looking for the source of it is actually hurting your head a little bit. And Vlas, with that, I'm going to ask you for an intelligence check.
That's not gonna end well.
Oh, shots fired!
I thought we were friends.
We are, and that's why we can be
Vlas.
so honest with each other.
Again, you don't know. You don't know what to do. You can't think. What do you do?
I got a quick question. Since she's a ghost, she can't be considered flat-footed, right?
Dramatic pause. Let's actually look that up. So, I don't.
You know what, Alexander?
it does-
if you really
it
want to
doesn't
scare off your enemies,
say
you should use
she
a recorder
can't.
instead of a flute.
Yeah, that's what I
Play
thought.
hot cross buns while you're at it. That'll scare them off.
So I have to be within.
Devil's instrument.
All right. Dramatic resume.
I have to be within 10 feet, right?
Specifically, what are you doing?
I'm gonna trump the bitch.
All right. Remember, you only have 2 actions, so if you move in, you can attack, or you can make a intimidation check.
That's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna move in closer. Right there.
Glass, who are you talking to?
I've lost a lot of blood. And I'm gonna reach in my special bag. As I picked this up in town earlier. No, I took it off the ship before we left. Hey! Ghost lady! Look at what I got right here. See this? Very short fuse. Within lighting it, we all go boom, including you. I doubt even you could disappear fast enough to escape it.
You dare test me?
Vlas, make an intimidation check, please.
Would that be intimidation or intimidating glare, considering I'm...
This would just be regular intimidation.
Okay. Okay. Well, that didn't work.
Alright, remember, you do have your rose. Just pointing that out.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Vlas the Ass, you use your rose. You are now roseless. But, Noire, well, of course your body is not going to be harmed by an explosive. You are bound to this tree. The tree is susceptible to fire. You suddenly feel yourself a very mortal individual.
What is happening? Oh, the flames! Stop!
Back off.
Ooh. So now we are going to pause combat and get into a little bit of discussion So, Noire, it seems these creatures have caught you in a bit of an impasse, and have also done something the DM didn't think about. So that's always fun. So, he has threatened you with your weakness. It might be wise to try and parley with these creatures. And so with a flick of your wrist, you call off your hounds, who all slowly retreat toward you, snarling, howling, and making all sorts of usual unpleasant noises.
Enough!
That's lovely. They're all right here now.
It's quite commanding. Quite a commanding voice.
Okay. So, what's with the werewolves, lady?
They are my keep. They watch the trees, and my mind is a part of what they are. Do you fear the wolves?
Not really. The first one I met was a little girl. She talked about running fast.
I remember that.
Why are you attacking the townspeople?
Because you are trying to burn down the trees. These are my sacred veins. You shall not take them from me.
Alright, just to be clear, I was just gonna burn down your tree. Second of all, it's the people in the town who's doing it, so if they stop tearing down the trees, if they stop tearing down the trees, you'll stop attacking them, right?
I might. What do you have for me?
I don't blow your transparent ass sky high. How about that?
Let's bring it in for a huddle.
I like this. I'm very scared right now, though. I don't think I can move very well. I'm kind of scared of the lightning.
Okay. So there's definitely something up with that tree.
Obviously.
Yeah.
There is the villagers are actually they're assholes. So how do we manage this? Anybody got any ideas, Phelan?
Well, those townfolk don't seem to be able to listen to reason. We were just there and they were out making chaos last time we were there.
How'd you know I was there? Anyway, you're right. Mac, any ideas?
Why don't we take the tree and move it somewhere else? Or the town, one of them. Because they seem to really not like each other. One can't really exist with the other, and we seem a little bit at an impasse. If we want to do this peacefully, at least. I mean, I also know, like, 5 fire spells. I can handle this really quick, too, if needed.
Okay, I don't know that we want to do that.
It's just an option. I like making friends. That's a backup.
Alright, and while our champions ponder, Noire's patience begins to wane. But we will pause here for an intermission, and we hope to see you all back for the second act. Everybody, please keep your cameras on. Feel free to just quickly drop out of frame, but Zoom's got a weird thing about when cameras go off and on, the arrangements go away. I will see you all back in a few moments.
I also remembered I had it, like, after my turn ended. I'm like, oops.
Yeah. All right, so let's go into halftime now that everybody's back. Let's start with Deb. Deb, please let us know the scores so far, and if there's any standout moments. Or also, I would love to know how you're enjoying your first gaming experience. I know we commonly refer to this as D&D. Technically, it's Pathfinder. They're based on similar systems, but yeah, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
I'm definitely learning and still figuring it out as I go, for sure. But who doesn't love listening to characters and hear people connecting to characters? What a beautiful thing. So I love that you guys do this, period. I just think it's a wonderful thing. I wish they had roleplay when I was a kid that way so I could have done it. I'm kind of sad Charlie is gone because I really enjoyed the subtleness and humor of his character. I really, really liked that. He really made me laugh a lot, and I think he might have won in the laugh section of it. But Ryan, you took me. You got me.
Yay.
You got me there. You got me. And I think for overall character for me, do I just say in each category who I think won that section of that category, or just overall, or
just the overall?
The overall, okay. So overall, then for me, actually ended up being Ryan. But Ryan, I encourage you to have better clarity with your character still.
Okay.
That was the negative for me on the character, but you definitely got the most stuff from me for sure. Good job. He's a fun character.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Deb. I actually just wanted to say, because you brought it up, Charlie did just text me. He wants to offer his sincere apologies to everybody. He's just bowing out because the internet decided not to work for him today. He does live in a rural area, but he specifically wanted to say he apologizes to Deb and Christina because he was particularly looking forward to working with the two of you.
I really enjoyed him, so there you go.
It's okay.
Right,
We'll only judge him silently.
We'll judge him silently, yeah. All right, and now we go on to the gameplay. Christina, please let us know your thoughts thus far.
Okay. Whew. First, I am enjoying this so much. Everyone, and I mean every single person, stepped up their game this time. Like from the last time I watched, like a month and a half ago, it was good. It was good, but this is just, y'all are doing some amazing things. I'm not going to give the scores because not everyone has a number in a category. Like I haven't yet gotten to see Lxndr use his skills to resolve a problem, or Ryan or Kayla. I saw Kurt get to do that at some point, but you guys will get your opportunities, and I really hope that you take them. Or maybe you did, but it wasn't as noticeable. You have all done an excellent amount. Like, you've excelled in staying in character throughout the entire fight. Even your commentary or when you roll something, you stay in that character. Lots of 4s. Actually, all of you have 4s in that right now. I think one of the standout moments, again, so the notes that I have right now, and I'll make this super short. Sorry, I'm going really long. So, Kayla, my first note for you is I'm absolutely enjoying your performance tonight. Every time I look back to your screen, you have that face on that's like, either I am really judging what's going on right now, or I'm in pain, or I'm confused. But I could tell what your character is feeling by looking at you, and I love that. So you've stepped up your game tonight.
Thank you.
Huge difference. You've been keeping in character and contributing to the scene, and I love that. Charlie, your in-character commentary. Mac, what? Oh, Charlie's not here. Shoot. But when he was like, Mac, what have we said about at the very beginning? That got me a chuckle. Lxndr, your physical acting is spot on. You have great facial reactions, and it's contributing to your gameplay as well and really enhancing that. And Kurt, is Vlas, is he super injured?
Yeah, he got attacked at the beginning by that one wolf.
I was like, that's what I thought, because I'm like, he's being super quiet. He's never this quiet. What's going on? But every time you open your mouth, it's pained, and it's wonderful.
I should also specifically say, and additional kudos to Kurt. He got critically injured last session, and they haven't had a moment for more than a short rest yet. So,
oh wow!
Yeah, so that attack really.
So I'm just
really
taking it left and right.
I gave him the juice. He should have chugged it.
Blast the pincushion.
Anyway, y'all are doing a great job. I'm gonna go quiet now because I want to see what happens next.
Thank you so much. And so we return.
One moment. We have
one
a
moment.
comment. We have a comment from the Kobold fan club. Go Mac, go! Unless you're self-promoting, Ryan, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I saw that too and was wondering.
Yeah, Ryan. Did you put
he's
anyone
innocent
up
of
to
all
this?
charges, so he's got a fan club.
Alrighty.
Legit.
Nice. That's not me. I don't know who that is.
Stop,
Very
Mac.
nice.
Stop.
Very nice.
Oh,
All
no.
right. And let's actually open this up to the chat. Now, chat, as we begin Act 2, if there's anybody you want to throw an additional rose to, now would be an excellent time. I'll give you a moment to think on that. Curtis, please let me know if we get any roses as we begin Act 2. Da-da-da-da. So, the stench of death emanates around you all as this uncomfortable, dreary, heavy, purple darkness festers around you. And you notice around you there's the sheer amount of bones escaped you before. And beneath this tree, the ground seems to be festering with rot. And there are more skulls and bones there than leaves and roots. This misty, sinister figure glares at you, Vlas. And Mac and Phelan,
Hi.
you are both very, very afraid.
Yeah.
But now, Noire, these creatures have offered you something. Now, a long time ago you ruled this island with your clan, and you were forced back when they all decided to work together against you. Well, you would love to reclaim this island once again. It is possible that these fools might be willing to take you away from this island. They could reach in and uproot the heart from the tree. And if they were to take you, you could go spread your miasma of death upon some other unsuspecting island. But the choice is yours to make. And, Kayla, Vlas, and Mac, so everybody gets an additional rose. Xander, you now have 3 roses. Remember that. 3 roses is the maximum you can get, so make sure you use them.
You will take my home. This is my home. I will stay here and fight to the death if I have to. You will leave me. Leave me be!
You already look dead, though.
And with that, Noire swipes at Vlas with her cold, dead hands. And there it is. Yeah. Vlas, this thing passes directly through your armor, causing you to stagger back. Vlas, your heart feels cold. Your veins turn to ice. Vlas, you are hanging on by a thread as this ghost then cackles and whisks away. And we return to the top of the initiative order as the first werewolf then lunges. Phelan, it attempts to get you up in your tree. It chomps at you. That's the word I'm looking for. As I look for a athletics check to climb the tree. Oh, good lord. So, this thing nimbly gets up the tree, Phelan, and is going and attempts to sink its teeth into you. And Phelan, as its teeth plunge into your collarbone, you feel darkness closing in around your very soul, and you unfortunately must make a will save as the curse of the werewolf tries to, or sorry, not a will save, a fortitude save, as the curse of the werewolf slowly pumps its black ink-like venom into your veins. But you're fine. How about that? All that narrative.
All that build up and no, but you're fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
All right, and it is going to then make a second attack at you, Phelan, with its claws. But now you are aware of it and nimbly dodge to the side. And scythe tree. The tree then begins thrashing around. But nobody's in its range yet, actually. So the tree shifts and inches forward. This tree
can move?
The tree moving, its roots crawling along the ground like writhing, bloody snails. As this thing moans like the winds from hell. And as it then reaches out against Vlas the ass.
No, come on!
Flask goes down as these scythe blades swing out and cut him down. Vlas, you look down to see your entrails spilling out. And now, we go into another one of our improv games. I have to admit, didn't get to use the improv games I had prepared, but sometimes when things get tense, some things get put to the side. So, Deb had suggested a phenomenal little quirk that, one of which we forgot to start off with, so I'm sorry there, Deb. But, best death ever is going to be this improv challenge. So, Kurt, give us your act of Vlas's best death ever.
How's that the best thing? I really didn't want to die today, but you know what? It's fine. It'll be all right this time. Oh well. At least I don't have to worry about the king finding me.
There he goes.
Just one moment. I'm sorry, Vlas. Your wife has told me you are not allowed to die. You are forbidden from dying. So, all
right.
You need to get up.
In the light, he just hears, "Hey, prick, go fuck yourself."
What's the password to the bank account?
Hey, lady. I just want to tell you that.
And Noire cackles as the blood leaches into the earth and nourishes the tree, and you feel...
Oh, it gives me life.
Hope the kids are in bed, because that's a little...
All right, now, Vlas,
Scared my
just
dog,
real
I
quick,
want everybody to know.
you are... Kurt, you are going to give me a just a flat D20 check. Grab the D20 and drop it on the board there. And we will see if you manage to stabilize. Good lord. Okay.
Oh.
I
Nice.
do it this time.
Nice. That orc blood.
Never mind. He's just faking it.
All right, so...
What
I
a
got
drama queen, jeez!
I ain't got much of that orc blood left, so everyone of you, screw up!
I'll pour it back in, scoop it up and dump it back.
All right, so, Noire, just as you're cackling, just as this orc goes down, Vlas, suddenly, you realize, wait a minute, I'm still alive. And you get back up.
Holy shit.
How could it be?
You might want to put those things back in your belly. I don't think they're supposed to be out.
Oh, you're disgusting, you little runt.
It's disgusting is still alive.
What is going on? I don't understand.
And
I hear that a lot too.
This werewolf has to engage itself with Eridan once more just to balance things out. And Mac, you've just seen Vlas go down, get back up. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm really freaking out right now. That lightning is coming back, the anti-friendship. There's just one thing I could do. Friendship, are you there? I think we gotta try one more time, because everyone's getting really hurt. It's looking really bad. I think we gotta try this one more time. I cast Charm again on the ghosty. I scoot a little bit closer, actually. No, I'm fine. I'm in within range. You
All
Charm one more time.
Resurrection drink.
No.
Whoops.
Now they get a +4, though.
All right, so you get an additional +1 because of Lxndr's flute. You
I
just
don't
have
know
to
if
add
that
that in
applies to
manually.
me.
No, it will.
Because they
sorry.
have to save.
Oh, it's a will save. My apologies. Then yes, thank you. Does not.
They get a +4 because we shot at them.
Yeah. Alrighty, so let's look. Nori, once more, this creature attempts to invade your mind.
Oh,
We gotta do it, buddy.
no.
What's the DC on that?
I gotta double check. Where is it?
You cannot.
It would help if it's 21.
Natural. Okay. Alright. What happens to the ghost?
So, Mac, I'm gonna read from the spell. I become bathed in a warm, gentle light, and I appear to have like a dreamy haze around me. And my target, the funny ghost, regards me as a close friend, a good acquaintance. And we're friends now.
I swear to everything that's holy. I swear. I swear.
I will protect you, Mac.
Yay!
Have your back, Mac.
Yeah, I brought some arms for your doggies.
Oh, thank you. Lovely.
What?
Yeah, sorry, dramatic pause. I was hoping the frightened condition might stop you from doing that, but it doesn't. It just means you are taking a minus.
I'm still
to...
pretty scared right now, but...
Yeah, that's the thing, you are. But it doesn't stop you from targeting the ghost. It doesn't stop you. It won't change the results of the roll. Still met with an 18. How about that? Okay, so yes. So, just run that by me again. So, Noire now is your ally, but not...
They regard me as a close friend.
Okay, excellent. So that's...
And they can't harm me unless the charm is broken.
That's
right.
wonderful.
Now,
So,
because that was only a
Deb.
2...
Deb, as far as you know, this creature is one of your druids. He is one of your clan. Unless he starts attacking you. Now... Alright, Mac. You are currently outside of the slow zone, so what would you like to do?
I'm like, okay. I think we can resolve this now. I think we can talk this out. Now that we're buddies.
By Nore, my dear Maggie.
Hi. It's so good to see you again.
Oh, and
I think...
love my time with you today, darling.
I mean... let's face it, I think... yes, good friends. I think I'm gonna be a little blunt with you, okay?
You're what?
Well, I'm gonna be a little blunt with you because we're friends.
Well, of course,
Yeah,
darling.
because I know you can take... I think you've become a bit of a homebody. I think you've been doing too much around the house. I think you need a vacation.
Oh.
We have a boat.
Not of a
and
vacation in hundreds of years. Well, who will protect my tree?
Well, I mean, we could take the tree with us.
We're gonna take the tree in the boat?
Yeah, I have a cool bag of holding. We could just, like, figure out a way to slowly slide it in there.
On water. My tree.
Yeah.
On the water.
You need to feel the sea breeze.
I can feel it now. Let's do it, Mac. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this thing with us.
Yes. I will be your friend, dear.
Yay, I like it.
Dear friend.
This is insane.
I'm just gonna, slowly walk. I also wanna just take the 2 arms out and, like, hold them out for the wolves. The 2 arms I stole from the bodies we found.
The wolves graciously begin chewing on the spare limbs that you acquired. And, Nore, you take your friend over to the tree, and you force the tree open. And inside is a a strange mix of flesh and wood, of a beating heart, dripping with what can only be sap, but it has a terrible swamp-like odor.
I gotta say, that's really cool.
Salamonaria, open! This is the all-giving life. With this heart, we control the planet.
That's cool. I like being in control of stuff, because I usually roll real bad, and things get out of control real quick.
Right. So, Mac, the heart is open there for you to take. Vlas, you've got the closest view on this, as Judy and Lxndr watch on from the back, and Phelan peers down in rightfully horrified from her place on the tree.
I'm just gonna, with her permission, because consent is important. I'm just gonna take the heart, making sure I'm careful with it, and put it in my funny bag.
I don't know, Mac. That is my heart.
Well, yeah, I'll take good care of it. You want me to, wrap it up? I could put it in the skull, and I'll, keep it extra safe. I'll, pick up one of the skulls lying around. It's it could
Mac, give me a diplomacy check, as Noire seems a little rightfully questioning.
Pissed off is more like it.
Yeah, well, that's
Don't you
Hey,
touch
wait,
my
hold on, I have
heart,
this
Mac. I trust you, but I don't.
I have this cool rose here.
Oh.
Mac, you use your rose. This is an automatic critical.
Give it to you. Here.
So, Noire, you look into this simpleton's heart, and you believe you can make use of this bargain. Perhaps more than he realizes.
So, I can taste it. I think we'll be of good use for each other, my darling.
Yeah, I like being useful, especially to good friends like you.
We will
Mac.
get along lovely.
Yay.
Alright, so Noire steps aside to let you take the heart from the tree.
I mean, do you want it in the skull? Do you think that would be a good idea? I'll leave that up to you.
You protect this with all of your life. Do
Alright,
you
in the skull it
understand?
goes. In it goes. It's not wrapped up in the skull?
No, it is not wrapped up in the skull, Mac. You lay hands on the heart, and these things begin wrapping over your hands. It is like
that's cool.
Syrupy vines that begin wrapping all around your arm, turning your arm wooden, giving your hands a gnarled, vine-like substance. Noire, you feel yourself claiming Mac's soul, but you are bound by your word.
What's he doing?
Now hold
You
on.
will let him take you away, but should he break his word and leave you in a place you are not satisfied, you will claim him and all he owns.
Now I do have a question. As someone with a path to a Fey entity, would this do anything?
Yes! Mac, you don't feel right. Niches looks at you, wide-eyed. His little
He's
mouth,
always wide-eyed. Look at the boy.
his jaw drops. And with that, with one last emanating cackle that sends you all shivering, quaking right down to your very marrow. Noire fades away.
I can't see anything.
Told you, got my dogs going. Sorry.
It's the werewolves!
Done to me 3 times crying.
Dramatic pause. I have a question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
So is Mac bonded or is he cursed right now?
Find out next time on
Dragon
Ball Z.
That's topical.
Okay, another question: Can he be separated? Because I do have. There's a reason for it.
That's stuff we have to deal with in character.
Got it.
Probably a later
All
date,
right.
because I mean, mechanically, he's very cursed. Like you can't get more cursed than Mac right now.
Matt, if you see the heart in the tree, don't touch it. I can't see what's happening.
My Mac's my boy, and I don't like him being cursed. We're gonna have to do something about that.
You're not
All right.
missing much.
Cobalt fan club, rise up.
All right, and with that, you all see Mac kind of turn around. His demeanor seems to have changed. The werewolves suddenly fall to their knees, slowly reverting to their human forms.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Mm-hmm. And you all just kind of stare in this aftermath as one of the wolves stands up, or one of the ex-wolves stands up in their tattered clothes and goes, "What the hell just happened?" And I think we have to end this here, because that is just a perfect conclusion.
That's a very good ending.
Well done, everybody. How's that for thinking outside the box, everyone?
Crazy.
Deb,
Crazy.
phenomenal performances. You were giving me chills, legit chills. My God, that was awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you guys. So great to watch you guys perform and let go and your characters. And I would just encourage all of you, keep adding more layers to them. Keep growing them. I always say this to talent: know what they eat for breakfast. Right? Really know them inside and out. How they go to the bathroom. Do they say "excuse me" after they fart, or do they enjoy the fart? Do they play with their fart? Just create such dimensions that you just eat, live, and breathe them, and then they're just never gone from your soul for life, right? It's great. It's a great way to build characters. I love it. Thank you for having me a part of it.
All right. And
awesome.
We will get into now final scores. And everybody in the chat, please feel free to make some noise for your favorite player of the evening. We will start with Deb. Deb, who's your first and second place? And then if you've got any additional shout outs or favorite moments, we'd love to hear
I'd love
them.
to give a little bit of comments to every person. Again, just with Charlie, I'm sad that Charlie left, because I think that he would have stole a lot more points than he had left with, but he was scoring very high for me at that point. Again, I really loved how subtle but powerful and then funny the character was. I like the dimensions of that. That really worked well for me. I think as the narrator, you did really good. I was trying to find my place. Were you playing a character as well as the narrator? Was that correct? Were you Judy? Was that?
Yes, I was Judy.
Good. So I loved your presence. You really grabbed my attention, which was good, kind of on the drew me in thing. I kind of had each of you kind of winning a different category in different ways. Lxndr, you came so close to being one of my high scorers there, because I thought you were really... I think what I loved best about yours was how you continued the scene. You made sure it was filled when you needed to, if you needed to step in. And in back in my theater days, it's so great to see that when we help each other out to, find the story and give each other a lending hand. And I just thought you just really did a great job. I also gave you some marks for that flute, and was proud that you brought your weapon in, because I'm not sure how this all works, but one of the things I did prior was just look at each of your characters to see how close are you being to your character. I think knowing you, Lxndr, the way I do, I would love to hear a bit more character gnome-like that gave me that feeling a bit more. It just felt so human. So that's the only thing I would engage to just add some layers to on that one. And then Curtis, what's your character's name again, Curtis? Sorry. Curtis, you had.
Which Curtis are you
No, I'm
talking
gonna take Curtis. Oh yeah, Curtis, you were the wolves. I loved what you're doing with the wolves.
Thank you.
I thought you had some. I didn't know it was wolves at first, so I caught on in a moment because all I saw were 5 cards before I started this, so I only knew of 5 or 6 of your characters, so I was trying to find my way through it at the same time.
Okay.
I loved what you did. Of course, it didn't make me laugh much, so I encourage if that's part of the markings. How can the wolf make us laugh too? You know, don't be afraid to try and find that way for me to be laughing on the funny bone on that one. But I really enjoyed the character. I think you stood out there as one of the better characters for the overall character of what I liked. I would love to hear more layers with almost all of you, just more, intimate moments, louder moments, faster and slower moments, so that you're not always in one stuck routine. That's what I would just add for almost each of you. Kayla, you're nice and bright. Grab my attention right away, which is nice. Go teen girl, by the way.
Thanks.
Love it. Love that you're playing. I think for me, though, overall, I didn't give you as high a marks only because I didn't think the character went to too many places, but I liked your involvement. So I loved how involved you were. I loved the presence of the character for sure, and the character was fine for me. I just think there wasn't much happening for the character for me today for me to give it more of a lift there, but it was still really good overall. So Ryan, as I said, for me, you were my overall today, just because you made me laugh a lot, which was great. But it's funny that you are my overall, and the reason I say that is because at first I didn't like your character, and I didn't like it because it wasn't clear. I wasn't understanding everything, so it just felt a little mumbly. And I think you know me. I'm a little bit more of a stickler on understanding what we're saying. But I gotta tell you, your character grew on me so much. It was really cool. So I was really proud of that because that's one of those instances, guys, where when they only give you 3 or 4 seconds on your demo or your audition, you might have threw in a really nice tidbit, 30 seconds in, and they missed it. So that's where, again, you got to just be careful to not lose me on clarity right away, because that's the only thing that really lost me. I like the range. I thought you gave some dynamics for the character, and for me, that's really, really important, is those dynamics. Being big, being little, being faster, being slower, being quieter, being louder. I wrote down peaceful for Vlaz. Kurt, I loved your character, actually. So I'm probably most prone to your character. There's something, even though he's aggressive, there's something really peaceful about him for some reason. There was something that, what did I write? Peaceful? Oh, I can't even read my own fucking writing. Oh, angry. I wrote down a peaceful angry. There's a confidence in him, so that's why I'm really drawn to the character. I'd love to hear more from the character, to have heard more range in that regard as well. And again, I encourage this, guys, on your nights, because the more you do this in here in live, the more you're going to do it for us in the auditions, right? Lots of range. Take us places, even in small little scenes when it's improv. That's the best time, because we get to make it up on the fly, which I love improv. So thank you for having me a part of it. I hope that covers everybody. I thought
Woo!
It was
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Deb. All right, and now Christina, our gameplay judge. Oh my, what a night!
I'm gonna start from the top with Mike, with you. Your ability to not evolve, to meld. There's a word I'm looking for. English is hard, guys. Not compromise. Your ability to just go with the flow. Yeah. Like, things are happening you weren't expecting, and you held it together so well, and you just allowed it to play out, and you trusted your characters, and you trusted your guest, and that was incredible to watch. So kudos to you. This was an incredible day. You did a great job. On Deb, I loved not just listening to you, but again, I'm a watcher, because when you're on screen, it's not just about how you sound, it's about what you do with the camera. And you had these moments getting close to the camera, and the light was hitting you under your chin, and I'm like, oh, that is creepy. And for your first time ever playing, you said?
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I know you didn't have to roll anything, but you're such a delight. I'm so glad that I got to be here as a judge with you today. I feel so honored.
You're so sweet. I feel the same. Thank you, Christina.
All right, now starting at the top, I'm going to go Lxndr, Kurt, Kayla, Ryan, because that's what it is on my list. So Lxndr, I didn't get to see you last time, and I barely got to see you today because you're ghost-like with that background. But Like seriously, sometimes it would be just your shirt that I could see barely just poking through. It's really creepy. I loved watching you stay in character. Getting to meet your character today was such a delight. You used your skills a little bit to resolve problems, but when things happened, you were very present in the moment. Watching you, I'm so glad that you did something musical. The one thing I would mention about when you use a musical object, make it super obvious what you're using. So what was your instrument?
Flute.
Flute. So I played flute when I was in high school, and we don't hold it like this.
Flute gang.
How do you guys
This
hold
looks
it?
like a harmonica.
Like
Heard,
this.
yes.
It's like this.
You guys are.
This is
So you
how we
guys are
play it
here?
like this.
Yeah, so your hand is not in front of your mouth, it's aside,
Yeah.
and it's over here. Yeah, much
There
better.
you
So
go.
your flute is
Oh
curving.
my-
You have a very happy flute. It's curving upwards.
I would. I'm the smiling nomad.
I think he was playing what do they call it? An ocarina?
Oh,
Like
ocarina?
it's- yeah, I think he was
would
actually
be held
playing.
like this, almost as if
Hold
you're
on, I got
holding a
one
cup.
of those too.
Heard.
Or if you're doing
Are
one
you
of
for
those.
real? Bring it
Yeah.
out. Bring it out.
I don't have one
a
with
special
me.
Zelda one and like a
Ryan, I
normal
swear to
actual-
God, you are my favorite person right now.
So yeah, you see, it's kind of like holding a cup.
Heard.
Yeah.
Word.
If you're gonna do
Yes.
this, we're going to assume you're playing a harmonica. So make sure that you're very specific and research a little bit about the instruments that you're using. But I'm really glad that you did something musical with it. A lot of people would just do, I'm gonna play this song, I'm going to encourage. And I was starting to write the note of, please actually do what you're saying you're doing instead of telling us what you're doing. Do what you're doing, and then you did what you were doing. And so I erased the note.
Got you.
So that was fabulous. Really quick for clarification, did everybody use a rose tonight?
I didn't get a chance to.
I don't think I did either. So.
Okay, I got Kurt and Ryan. So as long as that's correct.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I used one.
Yeah, so that's on Ryan. You ended up with a 15 for me. Because, I mean, none of you got tomatoes. So we didn't have to deal with that. And if you didn't use your roses, instead of doing 4, I just added 1 point for using a rose. Because I feel like otherwise the scores would be like way off. So yeah, 15. So great job. Next, Kurt. Once I kind of understood that your character was injured, you really dug into that, man. And I loved that because last time I saw you, your character was loud, voracious, in the party, hilarious. And this time you were injured. And every time you spoke, it was pained. You used improv really well through that, and all of your actions were just spot on. The way that you used your rose, incredible. You and Ryan both. Like, you used it in a way that just turned the tide of the game and kind of took Mike's plans and just threw them under the bus, and I love watching players do that.
Yeah.
So, great job, and you used your skills to resolve problems. Like, stepping out there, when my characters are super low in HP, I get scared because I'm so protective. But not you. You're like, my character would do this no matter what. I'm going to put him at risk, and he's going to do this, and he's going to risk it. And that was awesome. You got the highest score today at 19 points.
Yay.
Wow.
Nice.
I threw those plans under the bus like I threw the old boat captain in the harbor.
Yeah, it was great.
I feel like that's
Sheila,
at least my last laugh. As my revenge, I'm having you charged for murder.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
Killed my kobold as revenge.
So Kurt, I have a question for you, bro. Like, how does it? So, considering how Kayla
done?
shot you in the ass a few times and Ryan got you in the ass a few times, you're currently disemboweled, and you complained a lot the first time. So, are you willing to like kind of be like, hey, you know what? It wasn't so bad last time.
Pages. No, I think, to be quite honest, I'm gonna make it my personal mission. My personal mission. That once we get Mac freed, I'm gonna roast that heart, and I'm gonna sit down to a nice dinner.
Of the heart or something separate?
The heart. And it's.
I mean, I don't know. You saw what that did.
I have a proposal for that heart. If I could bring it up unless you're worried about spoilers there, Mike. I have an
Yeah,
idea.
we'll save that for next session. I think we.
The love for Mac is strong tonight.
I do want to talk to you about it because it sounds like a very OP item that we could use.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So finishing up. All right, Kayla.
Oh, yes, sorry.
That is okay. I want to make sure everybody gets their praises because everybody's getting so much praise tonight. So, Kayla, you shone. Girl, you shone. Like, you took a step out. You spoke up more. You influenced scenes. You improvised. I almost feel like it was a little bit too much in the vocals. Like, because it's your character. It's not my character. She was so talkative today, and she was so quiet the last time, and I'm like, is she talkative? Is she the stalwart? So, like, but I love both sides of seeing her, and if she is sometimes talkative and sometimes stalwart, then you're giving her layers, and I love that. I'm here for it. You used your special abilities when you found out that your silver-tipped arrows were super effective. You dug into that, and you just kept doing it, and I love that. I gave you really high scores in your use of improv throughout the scenes and using the tree to your advantage and using your terrain and having that vision around you. So you did a really great job with that. Tons of positives, and I really enjoyed watching you tonight. You were a delight.
Thank you so much.
Ryan. Okay. So it says here, use of skills to resolve a problem, and I give you a 4 for use of skills to cause them.
Wait, I'm supposed to fix things?
Every time your character spoke, it made the situation worse.
I mean, he's a kobold. What do you expect? That's what they do.
Oh, it was incredible. At this one time, you were looking at the camera and you just had this big ass shit-eating grin. And you're just like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I could see in your mind, I have no idea what I'm saying right now, and I really hope this isn't gonna bite me later. It was brilliant. You used your feats, your skills, and your abilities very well. And in combat, that moment when you completely turned the ending on its head, and I watched everybody be like, what's going on? I'm confused. Is this good? Is this, I don't know. And you're just like, this is happening. Because I've declared it's happening. And just seeing you use your skills to not just befriend, but to convince and to bring her on your side, but then also turn her against herself. Ingenious. And then when you guys watched the playback, I had this huge laugh, and it might be my dirty mind, but when you said, like, I'm just going to slide it into the bag of holding, I'm like, he's sliding wood into a bag of holding.
This woman's heart.
I couldn't. Oh, okay. So, anyway, everybody did such a great job today. Kurt is number 1. Ryan got number 2. Kayla and Lxndr, you are both basically tied with number 3. And I'm really sad. So, just, Charlie, we missed you today. I hope that you do watch this back and you know that you did a great job with, even though you were only on for 10 minutes, you stayed with your character. Your body language screams, I am the strong soldier. I am leader material. And then when you have your little joke cracks, it's so, when I say out of character, it's like the quiet person that you know making a joke. They are capable of it, but it's out of their usual character, which makes it funnier. And that's something that we love to see about your character is all the layers. So,
honorary
great
first
job
place
tonight, everyone.
Thank you so much for that feedback, Christina. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Actors Dungeon. We hope you enjoyed tonight's game. This was really, I'd say, probably the most tense boss fight we've had since, Peaches. So, yeah, I apologize that we didn't get to do as much improv as usual, but I hope the character antics and, the usual having to pull random story things from your behind was satisfying for you. But before we go, I'd like to just open it up to our judges. Judges, again, thank you so much. Where can we find out more about you? Where can we check out some of your stuff? Where can we take your courses, Deb Monroe? Just saying, most of us here have trained with Deb, which is why we are phenomenal.
Well, exactly, right? It's all about me. It's the Deb show. Actually, just an FYI, I think my website's under construction right now because I'm trying to switch over my branding to be more my VO chef Deb. I'm finally taking some Deb time instead of just get Mike time, which is my life, my other part of my life. But I teach privately and do demos and all that good stuff. I'm really fussy, so I'm just letting you know I won't do anyone's demo if I don't think you're ready. So I'm fussy and I'm really straight to the point. So if you don't want to be told what's not working, I'm probably not the right coach. I'm not going to hear to sugarcoat you, but I'm very tactful in what I do. I just try to, I'm a talent first, so I try to make sure I get right to the point really fast and not waste a moment of your time. But I do have, mostly for workshops and stuff, I have my own stuff on the side, but I do a lot of my stuff through Get Mic'd as workshop setting. What I'd love to tell you about is our retreat, which is at my house. It's dark now, so let me see if I can just take off my virtual background for a second. It's dark now, but how do I take off my stupid background now? Oh, blur, choose virtual, choose virtual. Anyway, so I have a very nice house, which you can't really tell here very well, but I've got a nice big pool and a really nice pathways up top and a fire pit, and we have a outdoor pizza oven and stuff, and I'm a cook, so I cater the entire event. And all food is included. So it's a retreat at my house for 4 days. It's September 8th through 11th. And then my coaching partner, Ellie's going to join me. So it's insanity on top of that. It's all focused on auditions. Just focus on auditions and having some fun. And we always, every time we do something, you'll audition for us to be one of the voices for one of our next events. It's just part of what we do. Lxndr can attest to it very greatly. He won one of our first contests, actually. But it's a really fun time for us to have one-on-one time for a while. And I let up to 20 people stay at my house. So you can stay here on the premises. There's only about 5 beds left, I think, but it's shared accommodations, just so you guys know. I keep it super, super cheap because I'm not looking to make money. We're just looking to have some fun and hang out together and stuff. So I live in Canada. Hope you guys will come and join us. But you can look for my stuff on debsvoice.com, DEBS. voice.com is my main site. Again, might be under construction. Email me at deb@debsvoice anytime. I'm always happy to answer any questions any time of the day. And it just might take a little bit to get back to you. And then I also have getmic'd.com, which is getmicd.com, which is my partner company with Ellie Ray. And I think you guys are going to have Ellie Ray join you, which will be in for a big treat. She's character central beyond anybody. And so we have a lot of workshops and downloadable stuff that I'm telling you, I put my reputation on. You will watch it and go, oh, holy shit. Okay, I learned a lot in 4 hours. Wow. So we make all of them downloadable that are downloadable to be made. And I think they're just worthy of stuff. But more importantly, honestly, I'm sorry to take up so much time. One of the winners.
Please, take all the time you want.
We're not on stream time now, so you go right ahead.
Okay, good. So one of the winners on the Ultimate VO Survivor for this year, she told me she was new. She said she was brand new and stuff. And I went up to her and I said, I call bullshit. I said, I think you're full of shit. I'm just a really call it like it is person. And so she goes, no. Well, she goes, you're right. I did take conservatory high school drama. And I said, no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking, you've been trained. There's no way you could have won almost every category having no experience in voice acting. And she goes, you know what I did? She goes, I studied all the auditions and the entire show and every season. We have created a gift for you that is called the Ultimate VO Survivor that I promise you, each of you, no matter where you are in your experience level, will learn from when you watch as many auditions as you can. Go to the first season, second season, we have the third season. Our grand finale sucked because our audio is all fucked up, which sucks, but what can you do? But if you guys watch everybody's auditions, you're going to see really bad auditions, just like what you guys were talking about before. You could barely get through the first little bit for 2 seconds, right? So you're going to watch really bad ones, which actually teach you. But it's so rare that we get to watch people's auditions, and there's so much to learn from each other, and I just think it's a beautiful sharing experience. And the fact that she told me she almost won that show, she basically won a category. She got a free trip to Atlanta, got the convention, all 9 yards. And so it made a huge impact on her training. So I just recommend, it's free. I got nothing to gain by you going there. So I just would love to leave that behind with each of you, because if she could learn that much from it, which just warms my heart. You have no idea that we could create such a great educational experience with nothing in return. So I just hope that you guys take advantage of it and take the time that it takes to be disgusted in watching 5 auditions, 10 auditions, 30 auditions in a row, and then have an idea how the clients feel. Have an idea what it's like to be on the other side of the table. Because I was a casting director and I got to live that life. I got to see what they said behind your back. I got to see why they chose you and why they didn't choose them. And it's overwhelmingly eye-opening. You can learn it all too just by watching as many auditions as you can. You'll hate it after a while. You'll be just like, oh my God. We watched 1,829 auditions for 3 seasons. And Ellie and I watched every single one of them. Every one of them. Lxndr was one of our guest judges. And he tried, because he was one of our winners. So we brought in some of the winners we were hoping they would come in and monitor, or what do I call you? Moderate it, so that we didn't have to go through every single one that wasn't, part of our time. But for Ellie and I, even though we didn't like your audition, you did that little button. You did that little extra. You did something that so we watched every single one from beginning to end. And it's a magical treat for me as a voice talent too, because I'm a voice talent first. But I learned from that show. And so I just encourage you all to do that for yourselves. Honestly, I just think it's a gift for yourselves, not something that I'm selfishly taking. Anyway, that's how you get a hold of us. That's who we are. Hope to see you guys at the retreat and stuff. You go to getmike.com. You'll see the retreat there. It's called UVOS Retreat. But you're all welcome to my house. I hope you come and join us.
I do have a question for you, Miss Monroe, because I think it's fair to say that Christina is stuck with us forever. I'm definitely sure she's coming back, right? So she's stuck with us. But so how do you feel about making another appearance?
I would definitely come back now that I understand it better, because I feel so bad about that first exercise. Like I am. I was feeling ADHD. I was like, what the fuck? What am I doing? I don't even know I was so lost. I'm so sorry. So
I would like to take some responsibility for that, to be honest, because you're not the first person who afterwards were kind of like, wait, what? I'm like, okay, so I'm not doing something right here.
Well, you know what it is? It's like when I teach people how to edit, for example, some of them I have to teach how to run a mouse first. And so you have to remember that not everybody knows everything you know. And so it's hard to know who knows what and who doesn't. That's why I overwrite. Every newsletter I send out, every promo, it's always overwritten. But it's like, well, just in case you don't know, here's all the background. I mean, most of us are talkers. So therefore, we're great writers, most of us, because we like to give lots of detail. I know I do. Anyway, so I'd be happy to in that regards. I don't have a lot of weekends available. I'm in a band, so my band gets most of my weekends and my family, and we're a very busy band. So I do dedicate most of it, and I usually don't have a voice by Sunday, so it's harder for me. But I can do the odd Friday nights. Definitely, I do more Saturday nights with the gigs and stuff. So thank you for changing that around for me as well, Mike. I really appreciate that.
Oh well, absolutely.
Thank you to all of you.
There was no way.
I mean, we don't do shit, so.
There was no way I was going to miss this. I was actually I just got a job. It's a part-time job working at a beer store, and they're like, I'm like, just so you know, we got a big thing on the 9th. If you could please, it's at 7:15. I can't miss this. Like, she's what I call a big freaking deal, because I've spoken to Ellie Ray. She was my first voice coach, and I absolutely love her. And I was like, I can't miss this. This is one of those big friggin' deals. And he's like, don't worry about it. You could start on Monday. I'm like, yes.
Wow, that's so heartwarming. I gotta tell you, one thing I've loved the most about voice acting, believe it or not, because I did Dragon Ball, that gave me fame in the beginning right away. With that fame, I thought I wanted to be famous. That's what I always thought I wanted to be. Always, my whole life. As an only child, I loved TV. I just wanted to be in it somehow. Then I became a mom at the age of 16 and learned I had to get a real job, and that might not be the path for me. And my mom saw a broadcasting course, which kind of got me into this path. And this is in 1990. So, at that point, once I booked animation and started getting somewhere and started going to animathons and comic-cons and stuff, there was I remember, I'll never forget the first person that came up to me and almost crying and wanted to touch me. And it was the first time I realized, oh, I don't want fame. Oh, no, 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 no,
It's
no.
weird.
So I touched her back and I said, listen, I'll teach you how to do this for free. Stop. You just got to stop. I'm just Debbie. I'm a fucking nobody. Like, hey, whoa, whoa. Because I've got to tell you, so my whole long story to this is what I fell in love with the most was the fans. And I'm an audience person. I'm an audience person in my performances, but I'm an audience person in general. Even in my band, I'm not on the stage. I'm sitting on some fan's lap somewhere because I am involved with the audience. I'm all about the audience. I love audience. I just do. It just moves me. And so when I went to my first cons and stuff, I just fell in love with the fans of animation and D&D players and all the role playing that we do, because they are the most dedicated, most passionate, without nothing in return. Just plain passion. Wow. That is the most impressive, beautiful thing. So, Curtis, for you to say that to me gives me that feeling of fame, gives me that feeling of honor, gives me that feeling of camaraderie to know that we all get to be a part of this as a team. There's no one better, there's no one bigger. We're all just as good, and we just have to believe in that ourselves, so that I don't believe in hierarchy. That's what I don't like about fame. And like, even in band, people try to give me stuff all the time, and I make good money. I don't need a thing. I really don't. And so it's like, it feels so weird when they make less money and they want to give me something. But I appreciate that they feel that we give them a gift. So they want to give us something in return. And so I just need you to know, Curtis, that is one of the gifts that I am just so blessed to be honored by in this career, that anyone cared enough to hear anything I had to say, but really valued what I put my heart and soul into for my career. So I just thank you all so much for making me feel good.
I grew up on Dragon Ball, and that meant a lot to me. And just to kind of give you an idea, when I first met Mike, it was through another friend of mine. And I swear to God, I could have kissed the ground that Mike walked on, because I have such a huge respect for someone who does this kind of work. There was an interview for the guy who did C-3PO, and he's like, I want you to try and sound sad or happy while having that robotic face. How do you make that work? And I'm like, that is what voice actors do, and that's why I love it so much. So when I first met like Mike, I lost my shit with you.
Yeah, I know. It was
so
weird.
That's awesome.
it was weird. So, and then it's 5 years later, there was a kid who was listening to me do some stuff, and he's like, are you a voice actor? And I was like, well, yes, I am. And he lost his stuff. I'm like, oh, this is weird. So this is what I was doing to everyone else. So
Came full circle on you,
thankfully,
man.
I've had the prep.
You know,
It
it's
is. So I've had the.
Sorry. I remember doing a character one day, and my mom says, oh my God, Debbie, you've been doing that character since you were like 6. And I'm like, really? It's an old lady, Mom. She goes, yeah, since you were 6. And I'm like, oh shit. Who knew? And one more thing, when I went to my very first voice convention, I cried. It was 175 people. It was the very first ever voice convention period that ever existed. And I cried because I met 175 people like me. 175 energies that had the same passion to be a kid again, that had the same interest to play and not have to grow up and be responsible and just let go and take risks. And I found my family. I really found my family, and I became very close with Bob Bergen, who's the voice of Porky Pig, and one of the top 100 voices in the world. And I was like, are you my brother? And James and Penny, James Alberg, are you my dad and my mom? Although he doesn't like that. I didn't know he was interested in me. Anyway, and so, you get into this place of a real family. And that's what you guys have found too. So congratulations, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. It's a great experience.
Thank you, Deb. Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you so much for coming here. And I want to say, if you're available Friday nights, that actually works out for our game judge, Christina, who's kind of like my designated, whenever we do something on Friday nights, we go to Christina, because I know that
nice.
Helps her schedule. So Christina, please give us a little bit about yourself. What's your latest project? Because I know you are somewhat of a mover shaker yourself in the industry.
Yes, please.
What have you got going on? Where can we find out more about you or check out your latest video game?
Well, first of all, fuck you for having me go after Deb, because following that, come on. I'm so, first, just like straight up to Deb, I'm so honored to meet you, and knowing that everyone else here has been coached by you, but I haven't, I feel a little left out, so we'll be in touch.
No, we're you and I are the same.
Oh, okay, good. But let's see. I actually did take off work on Friday nights. So I work, the only nights I have off are Sunday and Monday, but again, it's not as often, so I'm happy to take off Friday night to do this because D&D it's in my heart. I love it. And really, you guys are so great today. I just did so a little bit about me, for those who don't know. I've only been doing voiceover for about 4 months. My site is in the reworks. My first site is up, but my second site is in its coding phase. So it'll be up really soon, and I'm stoked. The new branding it's chef's kiss. I have my first demo, which is on my original website, but I've started work with, I'm going to name drop there. You did a little bit, so I'm going to do a little bit. I'm working with J. Michael Collins.
Awesome.
Wow.
To make my next demo, and I'm so excited that he's taking me on as a student. Let's see. I'm working on an audiobook right now, and I've just completed a couple more corporate narrations. So work is going well. And for those who are in voice acting, this is it's really the most amazing place to be. I tried doing theater. It's competitive, and people are petty.
And
I tried doing film. Yeah. I tried doing film. I just did a film audition today. Fingers crossed. I spilled hot sauce all over the carpet. It was great. But in that, you're gonna get mostly commercials in which you barely say anything, and you're like, "This is acting, really?" Because a lot of the big, awesome acting parts are going to the big names.
Mm-hmm.
But here, it's everyone is kind. Everyone wants you to succeed, because your voice is so different from everyone else's. Yeah, okay, you could be in a lineup of girls with medium length brown hair, brown eyes, same figure, same vibes, and you all sound different. Because this is the area where it's what you say that matters. It's wonderful. So yeah, those are my big projects. I'm really excited to be a leading character in a new video game coming out called Secrets Under Eco. And I don't know if that's going to be on Steam. I don't know where he's releasing it, but I'm excited. This is a really fun character. I'm basically your Navi, the voice in your head that's telling you what to do. So.
Yeah, when that game gets released, let us know. I'd like to give a little shout out to our community. Because I think, if they're here for Pathfinder, they're probably going to enjoy playing video games. I don't think that's much of a leap to make.
Yeah, no, this is exciting. The other one I'm in is a House Flipper on Steam, but I'm going to be in the Gold Edition when that does come out. I could say that name because even though it's a bigger name, it's already out, so it's not in the works. So when that Gold Edition comes out, be looking for the dentist house. I am the dentist.
Nice.
So.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Well, I think that about wraps up our show tonight. Also, thank you to all our viewers. This has been our most popular stream yet. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Please tell a friend, invite them in, and have some popcorn together as you watch our next shows. I think I'm gonna let the players know now. I don't think there's gonna be a show next week because I need to retool some things with the game. Thank you, Mac. Yeah. So fun things. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been our pleasure to entertain you. And we hope to see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.